just in a couple of practices in pads, where do you feel like you guys are as an offense kind of putting the pieces together?
It's just working to be better every day. Kind of practice and then reevaluate, what mistakes we made in practice and stuff like that. So, yeah, just trying to continue to get better.
Just two different questions here, but what's your satisfaction level a week into camp with the practice production of the offense, and then along with that, the progress that's being made?
Yeah, I think we're progressing every day. We're not where we want to be yet, though, for sure.
What are the key areas in your mind that need to get sharper quickly?
Everything, really. I mean, I think we can improve at everything. So there's not, one thing that we're, reached our full potential yet. So as long as we continue to get better at, each and everything each day, we're going to be in a good position.
How challenging is it for you when the offensive line configuration is constantly changing? Different center, different right guard, left tackle, whatever the case may be?
It's not really that challenging. I mean, you never know what can happen during the season. Injuries pop up. So I think it's actually good that, guys are switching up a little bit, stuff like that. So.
Matthew Rufus just told us that the starters are going to play against the Chiefs. What's the value in this new system to go out and do it against somebody different, for you in particular?
Just reps, more reps at it, seeing a different defense. And, I mean, that's really the only thing. We practice against our defense every day, so get to go up against somebody else, that'll be good for us for sure.
What excites you about this offense and the players in it?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of playmakers. Of course, Luke, he's a smart guy. He's a great teacher, so, I'm excited for this year. And, I think everybody knows that they're going to put us in a great position and try to do the things that we do well. So, yeah.
Justin, we know you have a good connection with Mooney, but which of the new receivers do you feel like you're developing, pretty good chemistry with?
Yeah, I think EQ for sure, Equinemius. I think also Cole, I think he's progressing every day, especially from last year. I think he's just getting better. And, Byron for sure also, and then Bayless too. I think those are all guys that, I'm getting a lot of reps with and kind of getting to know how they run their routes and stuff like that. So,
You mentioned St. Brown right off the top. Do you find that he is similar to Mooney, that he's just always exactly where you're expecting him to be?
Yeah, and I mean, that's also because he's been in this offense for, a number amount of years. So, he really doesn't make mistakes when it comes to, running the plays and stuff like that. So he's definitely always in the right spot and kind of knows where to be on certain plays. So he's a weapon in this offense for sure.
Here he comes in July, and how are things going with him?
It's definitely tough, but I think he's picking up on the offense well. He's doing extra stuff with the coaches, trying to learn the offense and doing extra walkthroughs and stuff like that. So he's picking it up faster than I thought he would for sure.
Justin, within today's practice and team group, what for you was the most encouraging moment, the most encouraging sequence that you're looking forward to?
I think we did all right in the move the ball period, and then I think the 2-minute period we went down there and got a field goal. So just those real game moments where first, second, third down, just moving the ball, converting on third down. So I think those periods were really exciting.
How good did it feel to walk away from that, though, in knowing that you guys aced the situation where Montgomery fell down where he needed to and you guys were able to get the spike off?
Yeah, I mean, that was cool, but, in that situation, it's on me to just tell him that I think we had 19 seconds at the time, so no timeout, so he could have got, more yards and even a first down to where we could have clocked the ball and maybe have gotten, one more shot at the end zone. So that's just on me to tell him, hey, we don't have to necessarily get out right after you catch the ball. You can try to pick up as many yards as possible because, 20 seconds on the clock, that's still a lot of time to, get on the ball and clock it. So, yeah.
Things from the sideline on plays where it appears to be late, and I know you guys are still working through that process. Without knowing exactly what the details of the play are, it's hard to kind of tell why it may be late. Can you tell us some of the things that go into the play that may make a throw a little bit later than it seems like it should be?
It just depends, what play it is, what specific play you're talking about.
So maybe yesterday in Kill, kind of on his corner route, it seems like we were late kind of getting back over to that side.
Oh, yeah, I was just reading the left side of the field first, and, he was so wide open. I was like, ain't no way he's this wide open. But, yeah, that's just, coming with plays. I think that was our first play we ran it in camp. So, the more we run the plays, the more we'll get comfortable with it. So.
For somebody who's had a lot of success in your football life, how do you balance the urgency of wanting to see this offense take off versus the patience of understanding the process at hand?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because, I mean, you want to know everything right now. You want to be successful at everything right now. So it's really just, knowing that there's going to be mistakes, knowing that you're going to have to learn, and just making sure you don't make the same mistakes twice. I think that's one big thing. And there's going to be failures, but just learning from, plays that you maybe messed up on, learning from that, and, of course, not doing it again. So.
To that end, when the defense seems to get the better of it, like yesterday, for instance, does frustration ever seep
Yeah.
in, even though you know it's part of the process? And do you ever wonder, like, hey, does it ever come to you, like, where you think, like, maybe we're not getting as far as we need to go, or that there's an issue, or?
I mean, it's going to come, but, I mean, my competitive nature, I think everybody on the offensive side of the ball is competitive nature. I mean, you're going to want to, be successful every day. But, you want to have a successful play every play, but you also got to know when to take your wins and losses, and I think that's one thing, I need to do a better job this year is when the play's not there, throw the ball away or, check it down. So that's one big thing that, I have to get used to because I feel like, in college it's just like, you have pretty good players around me, and, we're in the league now, so the defense gets paid too to make plays, but, when the play's not there, just, move on to the next play and get on the next play.
I know you said you don't care about, like, the outside noise and everything, but is it tough in training camp when so much of this is public, everyone's watching the development, and it's not as smooth as they like?
I mean, they're not playing, so, it doesn't really matter. They're not helping us win, so, no. It's really no.
But you see progress where maybe others might not, because it does,
we know, the thing is, we know our offense, we know the plays, we know what's supposed to be going on, but, it's hard to have an opinion on something when you don't really know what's going on the inside, when you're just looking at it from an outside view. So, yeah, it's stuff like that. But, of course, they want to see big plays, this and that, but, we're playing situational football. We're, 3rd and 4, we're getting the first down. We're not worried about a touchdown at the moment. We're trying to get the first down first, and if a touchdown comes out of it, then, yeah, that's what it is. But, that's why you really can't, take their opinions into account, which, they're entitled to have their opinion, but at the end of the day, like, they don't know what's going on.
The person who's trying to manipulate or take advantage or make plays against them on the other side of the ball, how have you seen Jaquan and Kyler grow in the time that they've been here?
Yeah, Jaquan, I think he's a really good player. Just his size, his length, and, his arms are, really good. He's smart, and so is Kyler. Kyler's really smooth with his feet. And I think, those guys are improving every day. I know they're trying to move Kyler to nickel a little bit, getting him kind of used to doing that. So, just move it around and, getting used to the speed of everything. I think, Jaquan and Kyler are doing a great job of that.
When the offense doesn't have maybe have the success that you want, like yesterday in the 2-minute drill, and then you come back and are successful today, does the mentality change? You obviously are going over the tape of the practice, but do you, as the leader of the offense, do you talk to the guys about specific things, or whether it's a certain play or a mentality for the success of the next day?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's one thing, Coach Flus harps on is situational football, 2-minute. Like, he harps on that so much because he knows that they're going to pop up so many times in, a lot of games this year where it's going to come down to that 2-minute drive, this and that. So, like tonight, I think in our walkthrough, we're just doing straight 2-minute stuff. So, just situational football, like I said before, just, focusing on those situations. And when those situations pop up in games, being able to execute them. So, the more we do it, the more we'll be better at it, for sure.
Byron Pringle had mentioned that you're not afraid to get on guys if the example he gave is that at one point he wasn't lined up right, and you get on these guys. Are you using your voice more on the field now than ever?
Yeah, for sure. Those guys know not to take it personal because we're all fighting for the same goal. We're fighting to win games. So, when everybody messes up, we had to talk before camp. We're gonna hold everybody accountable and stuff like that. So, when you're not doing your job or you mess up, you're gonna get harped on. You're gonna get yelled at. But at the end of the day, nobody's gonna take it personal. Everybody's got working to win games. So I think that's all that matters. And if they take that positively, then we can get better with that.
Do you like being?
When you get out on the move, scrambling off script a little bit, and then you throw one of these option flips or sidearms, are you still feeling out kind of the risk reward of when those can work for you and when they're a little bit dangerous?
Am I still filling it out?
Yeah, is it still a testing out process for you as you go through camp, or is that something that you feel like you're pretty locked in with?
Yeah, it just depends what play it is, really.
Joseph, we saw the touchdown to Mooney. I think it was 4th and 1.
It seemed like a very easy pitch and catch, but what were the things that made that look so easy, that all came together?
It's timing and reps at it. That's the play we've had in since OTA, so we get extra rep with that play. As quarterbacks, just the rollout play and just stuff like that. So that's just timing and reps. So that was kind of a pitch and catch, like you said, kind of easy.
Going back to that little shovel pass flip, is that something you've worked on deliberately to try and work into your repertoire? Or is that something that just kind of happened organically? And
Just happened organically, yeah, just happened naturally. So when that, when the check down's right there, I'm running this way. It's faster for me to just get the ball out like that instead of turning my whole body. So
the first time you did it, you were like, oh, that worked. I'm gonna try that some more.
yeah, it worked out. So you don't have to be a robot.
Justin, does having command of the room and knowing that your voice really carries a lot, does that mean a lot to you? Is it something that has also been very organic and come naturally?
Yeah, I think it's came naturally, but it doesn't really mean a lot to me. Of course it does, but it's like I don't need to have that power. I think at the end of the day, they know, what we're trying to get done. Like everybody knows, like we're trying to win games. So just me communicating and getting on the same page as guys to what I think they're gonna do. So we're on the same page. So I'm just on certain plays and stuff like that. To where I'm just thinking of like instances in my head right now where like yesterday there were some plays where I'm thinking guys are going to be in different spots, but it's just like we're missing it just by a little. So just talking through those with different players, different receivers, and based on the coverage the defense is running, just where they're going to be on the route and stuff like that. I think that's going to I'll put us on the same page to be as successful as possible. So.